Hello, one and all. This is WellArmedWithTacos, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This is Let's Play Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. This is a game I have played before and have finished before. It's a game that I really like, but there's one part of it that really is not good, and you'll see that coming up. And I'm already wanting to rant about that for 500 hours, but I'm going to try to restrain myself. This is Warhammer 40k Space Marine. This is a third-person shooter. As I said, I have played it before. Steam apparently remembered my data from all those years ago, because as you can see, I am continuing on the last mission, but we're going to start a new campaign. It also remembered my controls, so I shouldn't have to change anything, albeit I'll have to relearn them myself. I could go online. I'm not going to go online. Let's begin! You don't have much to say about this one. I like it. I've played it before. I'm playing it again. I haven't done the intro video for this yet, so a lot of things that I'm going to say here, I might end up wanting to say in the introduction video, so I'm going to kind of just not say anything and just play. New campaign. Let's do this. We can play it on easy, normal, or hard. I've played the game before on normal, and typically when I play through a game again, I would play it on hard. I'm going to play through it on normal again because, for reasons I've explained several times throughout Let's Plays, playing a game on hard means dying over and over again on the same parts, which I don't cut out of my videos, which makes it less entertaining for you guys, and it also means stalling out the game. I'm fine doing that on my own. I'm not fine doing that in a recording-like setting. So we're just going to go normal here, and actually something I do have to go change real quick. Something I didn't think about. Let's make sure we have subtitles on, and let's make sure we get the volume kind of settled here. That's a little better. So, I believe all this should be fine. Gameplay. We're not using the control. We've already set the video, although I might have to lower some things. Let's do a new campaign on normal. We'll erase the previous campaign save data. Are you sure? Yes. Part 1, Planetfall. See, this makes a better introduction than the one I just did. Let me pause the mic.
Captain Titus, the Orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces. And they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Clever of the damned Orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machine.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Pilot, report.
Starboard engine is dead, Sergeant. We are losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. Find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderhawk Lancer 12 returning to launch bay.
This is your plan.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery. What, do you want to go home already, Sergeant?
Not before having a word or two with the Orcs.
Is that wise, Captain? The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Try to keep up.
Pausing and unpausing my mic. I just said pausing out loud and then realized my mic was paused. So that's not going to help me. So, Space Marine. And that was the introduction video, which I really should have used for the actual introduction video, but I'll just leave it here. One of the things I love about this game, which you can already see, this game is very lore accurate. And I like that a lot. I'm a big Warhammer fan. I read the lore a lot. So the way this game does lore very much makes me happy. With one little exception. And this is something that has bothered me ever since I played it the first time. There are very few instances where this game is not lore accurate. And what you just saw was one of them. When they throw on the jetpacks and fly off the ship. One of the characters pointed out that this is not Codex regular, which is not my point of argument. My point of argument is, why did they put on the jetpacks? Because Space Marine armor in the actual lore is so strong, it can survive orbital drop with someone inside of it. They could have simply jumped off that ship with no jetpack and hit the planet without taking anything. Now, the only excuse I can see here is because he wanted to specifically land on this ship, which he could have aimed for, but with his momentum and the strength of armor, he probably would have just went through the ship like a bullet. So I can kind of see that, but he really didn't need the jetpack to survive the drop. Absolutely not. Not in the fluff. That's one of the only things that I get on about this game, is that one little moment there. That is not accurate. And we're having a frame rate dip right now. Unfortunate. Right. Combat. Normally, it's not this slow, but we're having a frame rate dip, which is just how it is. We have a ranged weapon. We have melee. It is unusual that we only start with a bow pistol and a combat knife, but you know, it's the game trying to teach you. That's a little non-lore accurate, but it's acceptable. I forget if there's reloading is only manual. It's not. Just takes a while. Up at the top, you can see our health bar. The red is our health. The yellow bar around it is our iron halo, which is the regenerating part. The red part does not regenerate. The yellow part does regenerate because it represents our halo, which in the game is an invulnerable. The tabletop is our invulnerable save. I don't remember having an Iron Halo at this point in the game when I played it the last time. I'm beginning to wonder whether or not I'm getting things that I shouldn't have right now because I've played the game before and finished it before. It did already say I've collected all those servo skulls, which technically I haven't done within the span of this Let's Play. Unfortunately, we're getting the frame rate dip in the first video, but there's not a terrible lot I can do about it. I'll be able to show off some of the better parts of the game once that goes away. There are environmental damages you can do. As you can see, that didn't hurt me that much. There are orcs here. There are Gretchen here. Orcs. Oof, that hurt. Orcs will be our primary opponent throughout most of the game, but they won't be our only opponent. Oh, I forgot about the executes. You can execute people. I forget how. My number pad button isn't working right now. Let me experiment with that real quick. It's a little glitched, but so is everything right now. That's just shoot it, boy. Hooray! We have our frames back. Now we can play like a man. You can jump, or you can't, but you can roll. Cutscene. That looks like a boss to me if I've ever seen one.
Get off my ship, Space Marine!
Another bit of Space Marine lore. I don't cut this one up to the game's fault. Space Marines can... Uh-oh. That's not good. Space Marines can actually jump, and they can actually jump pretty high. Higher than a regular human, for sure. I'm not calling that the game's fault that we can only roll, because there's a huge difference in playing a video game that you can't jump and a video game that you can jump when you're programming environments. I just call that a quirk of the game, not an insult to the lore. Believe me, if I had gripes about the lore, I will not hesitate to speak up about it. Fluff to me is very important. Chain attacks, all that stuff. Here's the fun part. Space Marines are very, very strong. Pause. Really? I had to pause for that. I don't remember that. Haha, Space Marine.
Captain Titus, come in. Damned orcs shot me off course. I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
I scarcely thought any would be left alive, much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
I will meet you there.
So, you can run. You can look around for servo skulls, which I probably won't be doing as much, because it's a Let's Play. I'm only partially keen on taking my time here. But, you can run, you can jump, you can There's a bunch of stuff you can do when you're not actually lagging your way through. But the big thing is, and I forgot about this part, I'm going to have to try to remember this. The game uses checkpoints. We don't save when we want to. We save when the game says we can save. Which makes this part a little harder than it needs to be. Fighting amongst themselves, as they typically do. Can't open that. You can aim mode. We have our bolt pistol right now. Bolt pistol and a combat knife, as I said before. But we'll get new stuff soon. In fact, I believe very soon. I don't know if those service calls I already got are still here. Probably not. Like, there was probably one here that I might have already got in the past or something. Let's run. One of the big things that the fluff almost always gets wrong, not the fluff, but people get wrong with the fluff. I've ranted about Eternal Crusade for this in the past, is people have a misunderstanding that Space Marines are inhibited in their movements because of their bulky armor. This simply is not true. The Black Carapace, which attaches the armor to their nervous system, allows them to move in their armor as if they were naked. That's not an exaggeration, that's literally in the fluff, which is why a Space Marine can run, he can jump, he can do all the normal things that a normal person can do.
Access authorized.
Bolter.
The Emperor be with you, Space Marine.
Indeed. It's a characteristic Space Marine battle rifle, firing self-propelled explosive tipped rounds. It forgot to mention the fact that they're actually tipped with uranium. Space Marines are something else, man. I saw this online several years ago, and I've mentioned this on Twitter and stuff before, I'm sure, but I don't think I've ever done this in a video. But somebody perfectly summarized the Space Marine one time. They said the Space Marines are the equivalent of when you're playing a game with your friends as children, and that there's that one kid who always says, "You can't hurt me, I have a force field." That's 40k fluff compared to all the other fluffs. Yes, but I'm a Space Marine. I am all alone. Another thing that is actually very fluffy. You notice that there was me and 2 other people that dropped off that ship for a planet filled with hundreds, if not thousands, of orcs. That is also fluffy. A Space Marine's life is measured in many, many, many orcs. I can tell you that much. We got ammo here. Here we see one of the game's not-so-great parts. There's a couple of segments here where the idea is to simply just stay in one area and shoot. The problem is this game has issues relevant to or relatable to a crappy cover shooter. You'll find there's not a lot of use for bolters and the like, because you're almost always going to be quickly surrounded in melee combat. Grenade. Real Space Marines don't need cover, but they appreciate it when they have it. I remember getting surrounded and swarmed the first time I played this segment. Maybe that's coming up, or maybe I was just not as good. I played this game, like I said, I've played it before. See, it's about like right here. You just end up getting swarmed. Just shooting orcs. He took his helmet off. Because he didn't want to wear it anymore. Probably gets hot in there. It's dead.
Are you wounded?
The Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs to leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I looked at its rules for guidance.
We all do. But there are also benefits to thinking for yourself, James.
What you saw there
Enemy sighted.
was significant. For reasons that will be explained much, much later. These are some brave Gretchen. I don't even see a run herd around. Right, let's get that reloaded. Let's pick up this ammo, which I thought we did automatically. We have to hit enter. Let's go. I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully this records and encodes and uploads all fine. Don't know yet. First episode of the thing, so we'll find out. Thank you all for watching. This is WellArmedWithTacos signing off. I was going to say saving and signing off, but I can't save. See you later.